Hello, my fellow crafters. Welcome back to my channel, Just a Journal. So today, guys, we're going to take a look back at my first gardening journal. I have updated it a little bit, so we're going to go through that, and we're going to finish up the last page that I need to finish up so that we can move on through the journal. And for those of you who weren't with me, I do have the starting of my garden journal. I do have a video on the starting of my gardening journal, and this is the second video I've made, so we're going to go from here. I love this journal from Archer and Olive. So this was how I started my journal. This was the cover front, so I thought it would be great to do a cover with my name in garden. Then I have my garden journal, and I started it in 2026. Actually, I started it this month, July. So I did this little page, and here I've got the last months of this year in here for the 2026 calendar. And what I'm going to do is quickly jot down things because I won't have the time to just sit down and do it every freaking day. I just jot down quick things on this line that I want to do, to remind me to do, or that I did. That's what these months are going to be here for. When 2027 rolls around, I will do a new one with 2027, all the months for 2027 in it. Then the next thing I have is I did a rain tracker for my garden. And so far, I've noted down the rain. The blue is for the days that it rained. And the yellow is for days that there was sunshine, and there were straight days of sunshine on these days. It's been very hot here in New Jersey. I also have my frost dates that I wrote down here. And over here, I did go online for my area, which is 7A. And I looked up things that I could plant, when I could start them indoors, and then when to transplant them outdoors. And I'm sure that everybody can do that for their planting calendar. Now, of course, you know, it's me, so I had to decorate. I want it to be pretty too. Just because it's a garden journal doesn't mean it doesn't have to be pretty. And I have a lot of stickers that I can use, stickers that I look up and cut out, stickers that I have bought from different places. Mainly, I've been using these a lot from the washi tape shop. These a lot from the washi tape shop because they have a lot of vegetables on it. The next thing I have is my wish list. This is my wish list just for plants that I want to pick up in the future. On this side, and on this side, and it's going to be 2 rows. And on this side, I have a wish list for the materials or the things I want to buy. And when I put a check by it, that means that I purchased those things. So I'm pretty sure that I have enough on here to last me for a good while. So I just have 2 pages of that. And then I've got pages for my expenses. Now, since I'm just starting this in July, I did not, and it was the middle of July, I did not go back and put in all the expenses that I have spent so far purchasing items. I just started from the 23rd when I went to the Dollar Tree because one of the ladies in a garden online that I'm in told us that the Dollar Tree had all of their seeds on sale, for packets of seeds on sale for 15 cents. And since I've used some seeds last year from the Dollar Tree and got a wonderful little harvest, I said, okay, that's a deal. I'm going to pick up as many as I can. Now, she also said that pretty soon they're going to put those 15-cent packets, because when you go in the store, they say 3 for $1.50. But when you get to the register, they ring up for 15 cents. She also said pretty soon they're going to put all of them down to 1 cent. When they put all of them down to 1 cent, your girl is going to stock up. But I do have several pages, and I made these waterfall pages. So I did one heading. And I just did a couple of pages so that I will have plenty of room to write down the things that I buy. And this won't be just seeds. This will be anything from now on out that I buy for the garden. I want to see how much I spend because I know already I've spent a lot just trying to build my plant beds and buying dirt. And because right now where I live, the dirt is, not good for growing. I mean, it's okay, but I don't have a place to dig it up. So I just put in my seeds in here. I bought 33 packets at 15 cents each. It cost me $4.95, and I bought it on the 23rd, and I purchased the seeds from the Dollar Tree. Now, what I did let me go back here to the back. What I've done in the back, the very back of the book is, I started on the very back because I know, I should have started back here on the very back. So I may go back and put it on this page. But back here, I want to put the seeds in that I purchased. Like if I purchase the different tomato plants, the different type of tomato plants I purchased, the different type of watermelons or cantaloupes, whatever I purchase, I'm going to put them back here. And as I use those up, I'm going to put a little check mark on it. Okay, so that was the back of my book. Then, okay, so now I did a calendar. And in this calendar, this is the calendar for July 2026. Of course, it's beautifully decorated. And let me let you see that. Yep, beautifully decorated, I think. But I have a little, what do you call it? Guide here that the blue is for the days that I watered. And so far it's been so hot, there's only been a few days that I didn't water because we had rain on those days. So I didn't have to water on those days. That's what the blue is. The green is the days that I fertilized. So I know I fertilized on the 12th. I plan on fertilizing probably again down around somewhere in this last week. And the pink is the days that I dusted. And when I dusted my cabbages and my collards. I did kill the worms that were on them. I found a couple of little green worms. I did kill those, but I didn't notice it until they had eaten a lot of my collard greens and a lot of my cabbages. And of course, the rabbits that somehow got in had eaten the whole head of a couple of my cabbages. But I did dust on these days to try to keep the bugs off. So that's what this calendar is going to be for. And anything else that I find that I do on a regular basis, I will jot down on here and I will put it up here so I'll know what I'm doing. I think that came out really pretty too. Oh, and this is a stamp from Lael by Mail. She does stamps for each month, but the stamps for each month have all different kinds of ways to do July. So that was one of the stamps right there. Now, the next thing I worked on and finished was I took pictures of my garden. Now, this is my front porch. I always keep planters where people put flowers in theirs. I try out new things in mine. This year's the first year I'm trying collard greens. So I put them here. They did so well, I decided to plant them in my plant beds in the backyard. This is my strawberry bed. This are some grow bags that I have squash and cantaloupe in right here. This is my first netting enclosure that I bought, and I bought it to try to keep out whatever it was that ate up my broccoli. I had beautiful broccoli heads, guys. They weren't quite ready to be harvested, and the animals just got in and tore them up. So I bought this one, not realizing that it had the racks going across it. So I had to improvise with this one, but I did find another one that will fit this bed, and I can put it all the way down. And then I'm going to use this one on one of my smaller beds. This is my second grapevine, and it is loaded with grapes. It had those Chinese bugs on it, but I have gotten rid of all of them. And for the past 2 weeks, I have not seen one of those bugs on there. Woohoo! Knock on wood. Of course, that's not wood. Let's hope they don't come back. This is one of my garden beds that I have peppers, cabbage, and collards in. And around all of the beds, this one and this one, I planted marigolds and onions. The onions have not gotten big. I did put the peppers, cabbage, and onions, and on the other side are these tomatoes right here that are in there. Well, the tomatoes kind of took over, and they are huge. But I had 7 varieties of cherry tomatoes and 1 Roma tomato, and they are doing very well, except for the tomatoes are kind of overshadowing the peppers. So I know that next year not to put them together because both of them need a lot of space to grow. This tub right here was a tub that I had for drinks and stuff like that, and we hadn't used it that way in a long time. So I took all the extra onions that I had left over. I planted them in this tub. This was when I first planted them, a couple of weeks after I first planted them. But now the bulbs in here are getting big, and they are really, really nice. This was my first crop of cherry tomatoes that I pulled off. I am going to start doing a little bit of research on how I can these. I did see how I can freeze them and then hold them all until I got enough to do a little bit of canning. I just pulled off my second big batch, so now I have maybe a half gallon of cherry tomatoes, and I'm going to can them as soon as I get my canning jars. What I'm working on today, which will be the last thing that I think I'm going to use in this garden journal, because I want it to be, I want it to be simple, and I want it to be something that I'll use over and over again. And I'm going to try to use this for a couple of years, I hope. I do have a couple of more ideas back here, but I may not use those. So I think this, for the time being, will be my last page. I will try to put pictures in here of the new things I do each month, and then what my garden, maybe a couple of pictures of what my garden looks like at that time. So right here, what I have done, I am putting in my garden map. So let me finish spelling this out really quick. I'm putting in my garden map, and as you can see, what I did was right now, let me see if I can get this off. What I did was right now, I put the things in my garden on yellow stickies, and I put them around only because some of the things that like the animals ate, I'm going to be pulling those up, and I'm going to be putting some other things in this bed. The only thing that probably will not change is the strawberry bed, because it is loaded and it has exploded. Oh, and I forgot to put over here a picture of my fruit trees. I have 2 fruit trees in the back, which are, I have a yellow apple and a red apple that I got for Mother's Day, and I need to put those, I need to somehow fit a little picture of those in here so that I can remember that I got them in May. My backyard, I have a fire pit right in the center, and all around the edges of my yard, I have my onion bed, my strawberry bed, some grow pots, a grow tunnel, which is this right here. Then I have my gardening shed, and then I have another bed of veggies, which is this one right here. And then I have my fruit trees are over here along with my grapevines, beside my grapevines. Now in my front yard, I have a huge pear tree, and I'm very hurt because I don't think I'm going to get any pears this year. Last year was the first year I got pears, and it was loaded. But this year, as soon as all the blooms were up, we had a very bad windstorm, and after the windstorm, I came out and all the blooms were on the ground. So I'm not very hopeful that I'm going to get pears this year. And also the collards that are on my front porch. And like I said, each year I try different things in these pots that I keep on my front porch. I water them just about every day that we don't have rain. And so this is my update for my garden journal. This is just quick and sweet. I will start my pages for August after this, when it comes to the end of July. and I will come back and I will do another update in August just to let you know where I am. So again, let me look through here just in case. I'm going to give you another look through here just in case there is anybody that wants to start a journal, and I hope that there's something in my journal that you can use. So this was my cover page. This was my name of my journal. The first page was my cover page with my name on it because it's my journal. Then this is my cover page stating that it's a garden journal. This is my calendar, 2026 calendar page for the rest of the year. This was my rain tracker page. This is my grow page, what I can grow, what the seeds I can start inside again. This is my wish list page for plants and materials. Got 2 pages of that. These are my expenses. And I have a couple of waterfall pages for that again. Then my July calendar, like I said. And my garden map, my crops, and what I may do. And this is something that I am thinking about as the last page. I might need a page right here just for any notes or any notes I want to make to myself about things that for the month of July that did not go well. So I will know next time what not to do, or things that did go well, so that I will know, oh, I need to do that again. So guys, it was quick and simple. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have found something inspiring in my short video today. So please like, share, and subscribe. It's totally free. Please have a blessed crafting and gardening day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.